We're going. Good morning, friends. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live, or if you're watching on Facebook later or on the website later today. Nonetheless, we're glad that we can gather together and use the gift of technology to continue to stay connected, to dive into God's Word. A great opportunity for us to take the midday in these kind of weird times. But to be able to focus and center and to hear God and to connect with one another. So we want to encourage you, if you're on Facebook Live right now, let us know, say hello, put a comment down below. If you have any prayer concerns, please let us know. If you need anything, let us know either using the comments down below or by sending us an email or calling the church office at 336-3652. We want to make sure that everybody's well taken care of and has what they need. Parents, I hope you're staying sane. We had an excellent night of Wednesday night activities last night using technology through Zoom, through Facebook chat. I think we had 3 different groups going. Stacy was on Facebook Live doing story time. It was an excellent opportunity for us to stay connected that way. Some small groups met. The youth group met through Zoom. And Curtis, come on up. I'm going to pull you in for just a second. Curtis even led youth group last night through Zoom. What did you guys do last night?
We played a game, scavenger hunt, and we had a little bit of a devotion, and we talked about our feelings concerning all of this time period, and it went really well.
Awesome. Well, we're utilizing technology in any way that we possibly can, and so thankful for your patience and your understanding in the midst of this. And just as a reminder, we will be having online worship this Sunday, 8:30, 9:45, and 11 o'clock. So we want to encourage you to join us there. The best way, if you were watching last week, you might have noticed that the website kind of crashed. They had an increased amount of traffic from all the different churches streaming, and so in order for us to help that, you can still try online, but what we're doing to help on our end is to encourage you to join us on Facebook Live. It will stream directly from our channel, and it's a great way for you to connect that way as well, see who else is watching with you, leave comments, have conversations, talk about whatever you're going through, but ultimately that's a way that we can help folks and help the traffic online in these times where it's an increased presence in the virtual world. So want to encourage you to join us 8:30, 9:45, or 11 o'clock on Sunday morning on our website or on Facebook Live. And we also want to encourage you to continue to pray. Use our website or our app to stay up to date with the prayer concerns. We've been super thankful over the last week. We've actually had no hospital visits. People have been staying healthy. I think people are staying home, and so we're glad to hear that, and that people are following those recommendations. This morning, as I was considering what we were going to talk about, the Book of Lamentations came to mind. It's not something we always do very well in the church, is lament. But what a time in the season of Lent, and in this, a lot of us have frustrations right now. Our routines, our patterns, our habits are thrown out of whack. We're not sure exactly what tomorrow is going to look like. We are in this unprecedented time of social exile, if you would even say so. And when we look at the Book of Lamentations, that's kind of what's happening as well. Is the group is in. The Israelites are in this time of exile from the Babylonians out of Jerusalem. They've been forced out. And the Book of Lamentations, if you've never checked it out before, utilize it today. It's only a couple chapters. It's a little tough to read at times, just because of sometimes the true lament of the heart comes out somewhat negative at times. But this is a great book for us to use. Especially in these times, to be able to give words to our emotions and our thoughts. And so I want to encourage you, if you have a Bible near you, to open up to Lamentations. We're going to look at a part in chapter 3 where in the middle of the frustrations, in the middle of the laments and the cries out, the author of Lamentations has this beautiful moment of remembering God's faithfulness. And so in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22, it says, "Certainly the faithful love of the Lord hasn't ended, and certainly God's compassion isn't through. They are renewed every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I think the Lord is my portion, therefore I'll wait for him. The Lord is good to those who hope in him, to the person who seeks him. It's good to wait in silence for the Lord's deliverance. I want you to hear that again. It's good to wait in silence for the Lord's deliverance. It's good for a man to carry a yoke in his mouth. He should sit alone and be silent when God lays it on him. He should put his mouth in the dirt. Perhaps there is hope. He should offer his cheek for a blow. He should be filled with shame. My Lord definitely won't reject forever. Although there has been grief, he will show compassion in measure with his covenant loyalty. He definitely does not enjoy affliction, making humans suffer. In the middle of the frustration, in the middle of the lament, the author of Lamentations is reminded and reminds us today of the faithful love of God. These are difficult times for us. These are uncertain times. But it says in Lamentations, certainly the faithful love of the Lord hasn't ended. Although it's uncertain for us, this is not out of the purview of God. This is not out of God's control. This is not out of God's capability. We are in a season within Lent and within our current society where we can fully surrender and trust in God to guide our every steps, where we have time of isolation. We have time to be alone. And I want to challenge you in how you're utilizing that time. Sure, we have things that still need to get done. The houses probably still need to get cleaned. Definitely the kids need to continue to be fed. But in those moments of silence throughout our day, sure, watch some Netflix, enjoy time together. But ultimately, God is calling us to fully surrender and put our trust in him. Not only today, but even once we get beyond this. We are called to put our full trust and surrender. And we can look back on these days and these moments and remember how good and faithful God was, even in the midst of this. So friends, I want to encourage you today. Encourage you to dive into God's word. Encourage you to pray. Send a phone call to a friend. It just takes a couple minutes. Remain connected. Remain faithful to one another and to God. We're so thankful for our continued connection and opportunity to worship and to grow with one another. Encourage you, again, to let us know if there's anything that you need at all. If there's any prayer requests you might have specifically that we can lift up for you, we would absolutely love to do that as a staff. And as a reminder, our church office will be closed tomorrow. We want to encourage everybody to take safety in the impending winter storm that is apparently supposed to be coming. But nonetheless, we rejoice with one another. We wait patiently and remember the faithfulness and the love of God that it surely will not end. God bless. Have a great day. We will see you online I'll be online tomorrow at 11 o'clock for devotions, and I have a special surprise for everybody. So join us online tomorrow at 11 o'clock. And yeah, you're all shaking your heads back there. You know what the surprise is just because I'm going to be doing it at home. So go ahead and take your wildest guess what's going to happen. But we're grateful to have you, and we will see you on Sunday morning online as well. God bless.